So something happened that I thought that would never happen before. I attended my first ever, no questions asked, legit press screening of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It was a huge deal that felt oddly emotional to me. For years I looked up to critics and even my own friends who were able to take their hobbies and bring them to the next level that few attend to. It felt like a full circle moment for me, as this is something I've dreamed of happening for the past several years. Because of that, I really want to share this journey with all of you. It all starts for me in my old childhood room, as this is where my 15-year-old directionless alone Hussein Al-Akili was here, and this is where the true seeds of who I am today were planted. That was the year I got more and more interested in going to the movie theaters, and that was also the same year I got into YouTubers like Chris Stuckman, which exposed me to so many movies I would have otherwise never have paid attention to. I bring this up because I always remember whenever someone like Stuckman talked about going to early screenings for movies before the public got to see them, that just blew my mind away. It may sound ridiculous, but I always saw it as some elite exclusive club to get into, and it was such an insane idea to me. Like, imagine being able to see films like Star Wars or Avengers before the general public got to see them and have such a fresh experience. So I made my goal that one day I'd be able to attend one of these exclusive screenings, as nothing sounded cool to me at that time. The only problem is that I had no idea where to start. It's not like you just walk around, stumble in, and just get randomly invited to a press screening. But I was curious and I was willing to learn how. It all started one day when I was on Twitter and I saw a page that mentioned an advanced screening of Zootopia that was literally happening in my local theater. I entered and I got in. I was so excited to go that I didn't go to the screening. Like, go figure. I was 16 living under a roof with my parents who did not understand my love for film at that point. It was not meant to happen. But two important things happened at that time. First of all, I finally became aware of where to look for certain screenings, as certain pages would post contests for them. But second of all, I got connected with someone on Twitter who was willing to help me explain the ropes and help me get into screenings. That person was named Daniel, who eventually became one of my closest friends I have today. I did eventually get into my first ever screening vote, which was none other than Captain America Civil War. That was like one of the most anticipated movies of that year, and I had an opportunity to see it 3 weeks before everybody else. I literally begged my parents to go, went to the screening, and had maybe one of the best nights of my life at that point. However, let me be real with all of you. These early screenings I went to were either considered contest-run promo screenings, or they were considered fan screenings the studio set up. Basically, they were not consistent for me, and they were not considered real press screenings. What further set that reality for me was through becoming friends with Dan and eventually one of my closest friends, Ben. I realized these exclusive press screenings did in fact happen in Toronto. Like, imagine being friends with somebody who saw Infinity War at Endgame before the world got to. That motivated me more than ever to make this dream happen. So I realized I had so much more work in order to reach that level, so that's what I did. To get into any early screenings, I had to write, well, actual reviews in return. And thankfully, I was more than interested to do that. I got my start in two areas. First of all, I made YouTube reviews for the movies I watched, all of which you can still watch my YouTube channel, and I made short and poorly grammarized reviews on Letterboxd and Instagram. Yeah, my reviews were horrible and had no hope of anyone significant ever viewing them, but I genuinely loved writing them, and it really allowed me to express my interest when no one else really wanted to hear it. And believe it or not, people from my real life would actually come up to me and say, I watched your reviews and I really liked them and I listened to your recommendations, and it actually made me feel really good, as I felt I had nothing else going for me at that time. This encouraged me to take my game even further. So from there on out, I wrote for different sites and even did some guest writing for some websites in order to really develop myself and really learn the ropes, and I had a great time. The funniest part is I did fall out of writing reviews consistently and really gave up on making YouTube reviews, so I really thought I fell short of my dream and my young writing career was over. Little did I know, one of my closest friends, Jaden, actually launched his very own website and asked me to do some guest spots, which eventually led me becoming a full-time member of the website, and now it leads me to the actual press screening. And the feeling I had watching Shang-Chi in a press screening was such a full circle moment for me. This is something I really dreamed of ever since 2015, to see a Marvel movie super early, and I thought it would never happen, and it was amazing that it did. And while the movie was great and I still had fun, I still want to be transparent and tell people the shortcomings. The cold hard fact that seeing a movie like this in a morning press screening full of adult critics does not in fact have the same energy as you're seeing a movie like this with an opening night audience, and it kind of threw me off. That, and it was in a regular auditorium and not in the IMAX screen, which is my preferred way of seeing in a Marvel movie, but I'll let that slide. The point is that it's crazy to see my journey of reviewing movies and how far I've come from just sitting in my room and just imagining what it was like to see these movies early. And yes, I am in fact aware that I had the help of people and the overall connections, but it's very important to stress that if it wasn't the fact that I never gave up and was just overall curious in the first place, I would not be here today. There were many points where I thought this dream would never happen, and that's why I want to stress to the viewer. Don't ever give up on your dreams and give up early, because you may never know how truly close you are. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. I had a great time talking about the overall journey I had, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked the video, please give me a like, subscribe to me, click the notification bell for alerts for brand new videos, and comment below, tell me what you guys thought of the video. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.